once more, and for the final time, welcome back to Flims in Switzerland and to the World Junior Curling Championships 2014. These are the final games, men's gold medal game and of course the bronze medal game. It's going to be a game between two really good teams. It's going to be between Scotland and Switzerland. Scotland, the reigning world champions. Switzerland, they came through from the tiebreakers, won the 3-4 game, won the semi-final, and they also have the home crowds. So definitely expecting a really, really good final here this afternoon in Switzerland. See the standings after the round robin. It was Norway on the top, 7-2. They are now playing Canada for the bronze. They played Scotland, lost that 1-2 game, and then Switzerland beat Canada in the 3-4. And you see the bottom of the standings. China gonna need to do some work next year on 0-9, and Sweden were the team closest to the playoffs. So Norway played Scotland in the 1-2 game. Scotland won, and then Canada played Switzerland, where Switzerland won. So Norway and Switzerland had to play for the final spot. Switzerland, with a huge win yesterday, made it into the gold medal game. And here we are, teams marching out, ready to battle for the medals. My name is Sara Karlsson, and for this final time, I'm sad to see the week coming to an end. I am once again joined by the lovely Sander Röllborg.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world watching this game. We're hoping for a cracker. Line-up for Scotland: lead Duncan Mingus, second Kyle Waddle, third Thomas Muirhead, and the team is skipped by Kyle Smith. Alternate Cameron Smith has been sick, so Duncan Mingus has come in and filled his position for the week. Team coach is David Ramsey.
And the lineup for Switzerland: Patrick Wittschonke playing lead, Romano Meyer second, Yannick Schwaller is skipping and playing the third position, Reto Keller is the fourth, alternate Michael Probst, and team coach Erich Nyffenegger. Scotland coming from the 1-2 game, they will have the hammer playing the red stones. Switzerland will play the yellow. Get a good look at the teams here as they're being introduced. And as you see, the stands are full, both Scottish and Swiss fans, of course. And also having an introduction of the bronze game. Norway playing Canada, 2 sheets away. We're going to try and keep you updated the best we can, also on that game. Introductions are ready, and just handshakes, good curling, some warm-up slides, and the gold medal game is going to be on its way. So, having watched both of these teams during the week, what do you think about the game, Sander?
Well, you've got to thank Scotland's the favourites here, winning the World Championships last year. Pretty much the same team, except that Cameron Smith is on the bench because he's sick. Duncan Mingus has come in, but he's played all week. He's a great player. Don't think it should do too much of a change. Swiss boys are young, but they showed a lot of promise. They had a really good semi-final against Norway, made some big shots to get out of trouble here and there. They also took control. Here we see the Swiss girls team couldn't quite make it this year. Briar Hurleman on second to the left. Fourth player really disappointed when they couldn't make it through. Oh no, if the Swiss boys can bring out their A game here, we're going to have a really close-fought battle, and I'm really interested to see who's going to take the risk here. If Scotland's just going to be defensive and play on that, they think they're going to make more shots than the Swiss.
Yeah, lead Patrik Wittschonke, and I think we're going to see a draw to the centre with the first.
I think the Swiss boys should put some stones in play with some risk, try and score a big end, make some key shots. I think if they're going to play an open 10 ends here, I think the Scottish boys are going to win purely on because they make the simple shots that touch better than the Swiss over 80 stones. See the Scottish boys, they'll put the corner guard up right away. They're not going to fool around. You'll have Duncan Mingus here throw this one pretty well, I would think.
Line's nice.
We had the discussion earlier in the week if it's Menzies or Mingus.
Line's good.
It's Mingus.
It is Mingus. I've asked him himself. And here we go. A little bit wide, but that's an usable spot for the Scottish boys.
Yeah, so want this centre guard tight to the rings now. Make sure to cover the side that is towards the corner guard. And I agree with you, Sander. I mean, the Scottish boys have so much experience. They've even won this last year, so maybe favourites coming into the game. But then again, Switzerland, they really want to win this. Came through tiebreakers, won the 3-4 game, won the semi-final, and they have their home crowd, and they're really making a lot of key shots. We saw them make some really dangerous freezes against Norway yesterday, and it turned out to be really beneficial for them.
Back four. Run the guards, okay.
Really good centre guard, and Duncan Mingus is just going to come down to the back stone, maybe tap it back a bit even if they can get some good line.
Where are we? Yep. Hard. Oh. Off it now.
Really good sweepers on this team as well. All for them, really. Brings this one past the centre guard. Just going to nudge off the yellow, but that's a pretty decent shot. You'd expect Switzerland to maybe try and come to the inside of this red now.
Just playing the freeze, still on set-up play. Would really like to come to the inside. Make sure it would direct past the yellow if a hit's ever been thrown.
Romano Meyer, second for Switzerland. They've been rotating the team a little bit. I believe this is the team we saw against Norway in the semi-final. Has some really nice weight here, and will bring it to the inside. That's a great shot, a good start. This first end of the goal game. 5 perfect shots to start off the year. We have some stones in play.
Might not for very long though, because Kyle Smith has just called a run back from Waddle.
Yeah, not liking the setup here, so Kyle Waddle just going to shoot this one back. Talked about his technique. Always comes straight out. So if he gets the right broom, he should be always close. Does loosen the situation up a little bit, rolls away from the centre line. So although there's 2 yellows on the house, at least the centre line will be open.
Switzerland now with a couple of options. Could still put up a guard. They do have shot stone. They're going to take the corner guard off.
They're looking to draw around first, but I guess they're just a little bit afraid of the weapons that Scotland possess. They can easily use these corner guards, so a little bit afraid of keeping that up.
Will do a good job peeling it away. Sit 2. I'm guessing now their tactics is to try and force Scotland to 1 then.
Yeah, maybe Switzerland just wants to just make sure they don't take too many risks without hammer, and might see them push on a little bit more when they do get the last on advantage.
Yeah, we did see them take some crazy risk against Norway in, what was it, the 2nd or the 4th, and yesterday just kept freezing their way out of situations, and they got away with it, but for a while.
I think they were making the right calls though, but I was building up. Norway was making their shots right back.
And now trying to make use of the wide corner guard.
Doesn't quite get the roll.
Shot, Kyle.
No, and Yannick Schwaller is going to follow that down. Try and get to nose or even the inside a bit to prevent Scotland from making that roll. But he's probably going to set up an angle. Yannick Schwaller, skip and 3rd of the Swiss team, that is. Gonna roll it the other way. Would rather leave the double than a roll behind the corner.
Well, there's a chance for a pocket here though. Okay, I was looking at that first, just tap the top one back and sit in front.
It's a nice call.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this. Well, we need to move it back a foot. But for Thomas Muirhead, it's could be a little tough to find the perfect draw away here already in the first end.
Yep.
Having first practice the Scots. Hasn't played that draw in about 20-30 minutes, so always a little bit tough. Sweeping this one really hard.
Not enough ice, Tom.
Perhaps a bit too far. Kyle Smith just saying he gave him a little too less ice. Not enough ice. So just had to sweep that for a line, and obviously brings the weight up as well. Christoph Schwaller. Sorry, Yannick Schwaller, the son of Christoph Schwaller. Pretty known curling player from Switzerland himself. Silver medal at the World Championships. I was back in 2001. Did play the World Championships just back in 2011 actually.
Okay.
He's known for playing with brother Andy Schwaller, but also Stefan Kernusian. Well, Kyle Smith's dad, David Smith, also a big name in the curling world. World champion, twice European champion. So interesting battle here. Sons of two big skips, skipping their own team in the World Junior Final.
Yeah, they're not here by accident, these two teams. curling's been in their family, apparently, obviously, and that must have just taught them a lot, I guess.
Yeah, that's often how curling works. It's usually at least one player of a good team that has some big family curling history. Reto Keller, 4th for Switzerland. Just trying to make this hit and stick. Sweeping this one really hard though. Seems to be over curling, can't jam this one.
Oh, but he has.
He will. Only lucky to stay in front with the yellow though. Makes it a tiny bit harder for Kyle to play the hit, but as you see,
they can even go behind the corner, and then there would be absolutely no double. Switzerland sitting 2 all end, and then just that small miss.
Yep. Touch more, Tom.
Kyle Smith, skip of the Scottish team, chance to set up an early deuce.
We'll jam it. Chance for Switzerland then to play the hit and roll themselves, maybe force Scotland to take the one. You know, if you make the nose hit here, Kyle's just going to peel it off and block the end, so might as well go hard for the roll here. The force can be big.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Certainly rolling. Has it rolled too far though?
It will peek out the other side. Will at least make Kyle Smith throw at something different, and it's also the first end, so Pebble could be a bit fresh out here. Expect a bit more curl.
He's probably going to throw this one quite far. So although we had some stones in play, Switzerland that got the best setup. Scotland has been able to bail out. Didn't have the chance for 2 here, but jammed this first shot. Kyle Smith now just looking for the blank. Retain hammer. Last on first end. Kyle Woodle has to give up. This is going to be a nose hit, so the score 1 for Scotland, and Switzerland should be the happier team after the first end.
Yeah, definitely. Now they are the team with the last on advantage. And they were in trouble as well, so pretty happy not giving up a deuce there. So with that score in the first end, it's now Duncan Mingus that's about to start the second end, and the first end between Norway and Canada, the bronze medal game. It was blanked in the first end. Norway still with hammer in the second.
Flims nice. Take a look.
Scotland's been one of the teams that are most keen to put up the centre guard when they don't have hammer. Just, it's a good way to force one if you make the team with last stone, just keep the play down the centre line, making the scoring area much smaller.
Well, you know, Scotland's not afraid, and they won it before. I don't think losing here is an option for them. Having won it before doesn't feel as good just getting the silver the next year. You want to win it back-to-back. And what they don't want to do is play defensively through 10 ends and lose it, and then think back and say, well, we didn't actually even go for it. So I think they want to get stones in play, try and outplay their opponent, and if it doesn't work out, well, at least you tried. I think we see some teams just be a bit cautious and nervous, and the game just flies by so much quicker too when you just play open ends, and then you're just stuck there and you've lost, and you might not understand what's actually happened. Real want to go for it. This time the draw from Duncan Mingus is going to overcurl. He's lost this one already.
Yeah, just really short. And also leaves those guards kind of staggered, so not a great setup there by the Scottish lead.
There's a chance it's slightly tracky still in the second end, meaning some tracks are a bit keener than others. Maybe just hit some fresh pebble there.
And Switzerland electing to draw the open side. Definitely want to make sure that this one is deeper than the one they already have in the rings, otherwise they're going to leave a double. Or maybe also a double to sit behind two guards, so doing a really good job sweeping this a bit further down. Kyle Smith ignoring this, going to play the freeze. It's not too good for Scotland that those guards are overlapped. They can't really run any of them down.
No, just got to make this hit and roll in.
Plenty of room.
Freeze?
Oh, they're actually going to freeze, sorry.
Line's good.
Well, that's an aggressive call too.
Yeah.
Well done.
You'd probably see a lot of teams hit the wide one and just hope for a mistake from Switzerland. But they're going to get right in there with a freeze. I like the aggressive play. You know, they know they have the qualities to make these shots, so full of confidence.
Yeah, and makes a good one to outcount the white yellow.
Yeah, really nice. You know, they were felt like they were struggling a little bit at the start of the week, maybe just stressing too much, missing shots, and just, I don't know, just felt like they were stressing out that they wasn't able to play up to their normal standards. And I think when they made the 1-2 page, there was a bit of a sigh of relief that they made it there after all, and after that just felt more comfortable on the ice, just feel really, really relaxed out there.
Yeah, now it's actually Switzerland getting rid of these guards. They want to roll out to sit corner, roll a bit too far, but a nice shot. Leave two yellow around, but Scotland has that one that's frozen onto the shot yellow. They know they can ignore that for a while and now get rid of the wide one.
Yeah, no point in playing on your red now. Just going to leave a double for Switzerland to sit two. So taking away the one off first. Kyle Woodall. Just a controlled weight here. Seen that a few times from other teams also, just overthrowing them.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of teams throw quite a lot as just open takeouts, but this is a really good way to make sure that you stick your shooter around. Just as I say that, he rolls, but if that was also too hard, you would have rolled all the way out there.
I might have set up a tricky angle here. Might see Switzerland even just tap. No, he's going to play the hit. If you hit the red one here, a bit on the left side, roll to the wing. That yellow one should drag down onto the back red. So it should be sitting two, although I don't think you're going to be squeezing the top one too far.
No, as you said, could even just play hack or back ring weight here. Yeah, just to make sure that you keep that back yellow around.
No, you just tap it back, frozen. Still pretty open, so you have the chance to take that risk. This one over curling though. And will not get the drag on the yellow. If you hit that one more high side, I think it would be dragging a bit further to the backing and probably would stick around.
Yeah. Scotland now has a chance to hit and lie three.
Yeah, well, as you said, if you brought the weight down there, you'd be sure to be sticking the back one around. Could have actually just played a tap up, set frozen on top of the red ones and the forfeit now. Just need to try and force your opponents to play a bit more tricky shots. You're not really taking Scotland out of their comfort zone playing these open hits. So in a blank end between Norway and Canada in the bronze medal game, down to Skip Rocks in the second, not many stones in play. Norway is looking to split the house. They have one stone in behind a long centre guard. Drawing the wing. A chance for them to pick up a deuce, take a bit of control in that game. Well, we see Yannick Schwaller here trying to hit and roll in behind the guard, but that's going to roll the other way and all the way out actually. And you might just see Scotland draw the open wing here. Yeah, just going to put this one maybe on the edge of the forfeit on the right hand side. Just keep it far away from that corner guard. Doesn't want to leave a short roll for Switzerland, so also want to bring this one down to the tee line. Looking a bit heavy now though. Can't afford to play this one too deep. Switzerland might come around the corner guard and live shot, but it is back 8. I don't think Switzerland can get a shot stone behind the yellow now, but it's worth a try, I think, to try and set up for 2. The middle's really open here, so there's no point in hitting the red back there. There's no danger to it. So they will try and come around the corner guard. Yannick Schwaller skipping third. Lots of room. Looking to freeze the red one actually, if they can. Not sure if they have the line for that though.
No, but
pretty
they
close.
could have the line to bury.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. That's a good try. Just never had the perfect line there. Had to be a bit closer to the guard, but apparently, okay.
Well, Scotland have shot stones, so if they play another one down here, they'll be sitting 2.
Yep.
I'd probably hit this one if it was in the open, but as you see, it was kind of buried. So, as you say, just going to play the draw here. Even if it's not frozen, just if it bites the 8 foot here, you're not going to leave a shot for 2. Taking less ice, that's just a tiny bit less than what Reto Keller had. Schwaller, I mean, sorry. Don't want to overcurl this one. If anything, keep it on the centre line side and open.
Yeah, just keep sitting 2 and you're still in good shape.
Go for it. Yep, going. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Well then, a little bit off and on here. Seems to be bouncing a wee bit here. Well, comes deeper than the yellow. It was better being a foot short.
What was that?
Just does make the hit and roll possible for Switzerland. If it was a foot higher up, they couldn't do that. They would just jam on the yellow. Could also draw again here, a freeze.
Ik zijn de längstens Top.
Or are they maybe looking at a double even?
Ja.
Might play the double. Even if they don't stick their shooter, The yellow one's pretty buried, so Kyle has to come after it. If he doesn't get to it, it's a draw for 2. It's either hit and roll or double here. Big weight though, so I think they're going for a double here. Made some big shots against Norway, Reto Keller. What does he have here?
A roll.
I'm not sure if it might have been the plan all along.
Well, they played a lot of weight just to roll, but
yeah, that's why I thought maybe they were playing a double arrow because of the up weight, but rolls a nice button nonetheless. Kyle has to be a bit careful where he leaves his shooter. Can't roll towards his own back red. Might just leave a double for 2, so a nose hit here, or even roll a stone to the left.
yeah, that should force the Swiss to go for just 1.
Whoa!
Right off, right off.
Oh,
Right off.
but I think he made this one spin back a bit.
Just a bit too positive. I'm not sure if he's even going to stick this one. And that one's actually rolling all the way out, so it's going to be a hit for 2. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Also, almost like he was playing it safe somehow, not wanting to overcurl and jam it, but you had to do a lot for that to happen.
Yeah, and have now left Reto Keller with this nose hit for 2. Don't think he misses a lot of these in practice.
No, it's a little bit different though. Gold medal game of the World Championships. Can't afford to give up this opportunity though. Playing the reigning world champions. Here we go. 2 points for Switzerland. That's going to please the home crowd. And Switzerland in the lead. And Norway also picks up 2 points in the second end to lead Canada by 2 points. I think the Waldhaus Arena is filled to capacity.
I think so too. All I'm missing is little kids dressed up as Batman because they were here for the women's game.
I feel like I'm right in the middle of a pack of penguins here. There's just people standing all the way around us. So if you hear any chatter or cheering, that might be coming through our mics because we're as close to the audience as we can up here on the rafters. Weight trunk will kick off the third end. 1 point lead for the Swiss. Probably looking to bring this one into the top of the 4. Big sweep from the boys. Schwaller will help a bit in the end. Just nibbles the forefoot. Nice shot. And as you would expect, Scotland's going to put up the corner guard again. Duncan Mingus has been quite solid. Has been able to fit well into this team. Replacing Cammy Smith, who's been feeling under the weather. Nice corner guard.
And I believe we're soon going to be looking at the same setup as the first end. Vitronke going to play the center guard now.
3 bis 12, Nordlinie. 3 bis 12. 3 bis 12. 3.
3 would be a close guard.
Hit. Ja, hit in.
And actually all the way nibbling the 8 foot. So not exactly the same setup, and Scotland's going to try and tap them apart now, come down with backring weight and leave themselves some backing. Remove the 2 yellows from the center line.
Where? Yep. Hi. Oh. Yep. Oh, oh. That's all, man. Okay.
We'll get a small tap, sit on front. Well, they're not going to worry about it for now, but get rid of the corner guard.
I like this goal. You know,
Okay.
as we mentioned, don't mind Switzerland putting some stones to play with hammer, take a few risks, but when you don't have hammer against these Scottish boys, just be a little bit destructive, defensive, a bit cynical. Take this off, make Scotland work for their deuce. They might end up doing a bit of an aggressive call, and if they miss, then you maybe pounce later on in the end. If you're still line 2 when you close in on the skip rocks, you might put up the centre guard and do a U-turn, but so far just keep things clean. And the stones down as we see Kyle Waddle, the in-turn corner guard.
Halfway.
Nice.
I'm just putting the corner guard back up, and the point is of course to keep the Swiss occupied, hitting stones in front of the rings, not giving them too many opportunities at doubles that are close together, but that comes really deep. So Meyer might have a chance to get rid of both the corner guard and the one top 12 foot. If he hits this thin, he's got the first and the second. That's a beautiful shot by Meyer, and just lines the yellow up on the centre line as well.
Yeah, the Swiss boys has come to play, no doubt about it. And I think that's the way to beat the Scottish boys, just kind of stun them here in the first half. Might just make these Scottish boys feel a little bit unsettled and a bit nervous. You just need to keep their calm though. Plenty of ends to go. But here we see Cal Waddle is not going to make a double here, only picking off the one.
Yeah, I was just going to say they can still blank this, and it's a good result. Give them hammer in the 4th end.
Aye, but now I think the centre guard is going to be put up by Switzerland, so that was really the get out of jail shot there by Cal Waddle. I think the next one's going to be tougher. It's always tough though when your opponent is making big shots, even though you're making good ones yourself, and then you have the Swiss crowd cheering on these boys as well, cheering against you maybe. Not that we have too much of that in curling though.
No, the crowds are normally very nice, especially at the junior plate. Don't want this to over curl.
Might be a new chance here for Scotland to get out of this end.
Could even maybe get a double and roll. Don't have to get the double. If they can go behind here, I mean, it's still a short run back for Switzerland, but it will ask the question of Schwadler with his next one.
Off, right off, right off. Remember. Nothing.
Yep.
And not really getting the right shots here. Still a yellow shot stone behind the yellow guard.
Straks is naar de Romano. Entweder hier oder vorne. Oder gegen raus.
Yeah, Greta Keller just saying, well, you could draw the wing here. It's probably not a bad shot.
Guard.
Long guard is also possible. I'm not sure if the Scottish boys would take the risk in coming around already. We're looking at coming and freezing their own shot stone. Don't think you want to group your stones that much with the upweight ability these Scottish boys have. You might just run everything away. So I think the guard is called here by Schwaller. Might want to leave a bit of separation between this one and the tight guard.
Whoa. Weg.
Looking pretty good.
Whoa. Dat is erin. Whoa.
They can overlap the other one a wee bit, that'd be perfect. And they have. That's a great shot.
It is a great shot, but also a chance for Scotland to remove all three. It's not an easy one for sure, but it's possible.
I think if you're Switzerland and you're leaving a triple clearings for Scotland, you're happy.
Yeah, especially when the first sound you hear is off, off, only getting the top one.
Terwijl je weer 1 voor 2, 3 scheiß. Ja. Ik zou einfach niet te nach zijn.
So it's the repeat of the 2010 World Junior Final. Same arena, Waldhaus. Switzerland against Scotland. It was Ali Fraser that skipped the Scottish team against Peter de Cruz. Peter de Cruz's team still together. Pretty young team still, and one of the best in the world, I would say. Might even qualify for the Worlds. Ali Fraser's team, we haven't seen too much of them, but Scott Andrews was second on that team, and he made it to the Olympic final not too many weeks ago.
Yeah, the experience the teams get at World Junior Champion level is definitely something that's proven to be very beneficial, moving on to men's and women's play.
Couldn't do much at all.
Switzerland won that final, by the way, 4 years ago. Benoit Schwartz, the fourth player, made a perfect freeze, no guards in play, but Ali Fraser was not able to blast him out to win the game with his last shot in the 10th end. We're hoping, or I'm hoping anyway, for just close this fight.
That was a close one.
I'm hoping for a final that's just as close as that shot from Kyle Smith. Just to put it that way. Wow, that's as close as you can get, really.
Yeah, you'd almost think that the yellow one would move just from the wind.
Goed.
Well, a great chance for Switzerland to maybe even steal here, although could also split the rings here. Make sure you force the one, then you flip the hammer around, play the guard here, and you ever curl a bit too much, show half of it. Cal Smith can play the peel and blank the end. So line here is the most important thing. Even if you're a really long guard here and you perfectly guard it, and you're not going to see Kyle play the peel for the blank. Working it here, trying to finish it off. I think that's enough.
Well, Scotland might see some of this. Could go for the blank, well, not that much.
You just can't afford giving up a steal here. So I think you just have to take your one. Guard's good enough. Forfeit draw for Kyle Smith. He's only really made one draw. So in the outturn coming towards the home end and the second.
Oh, you touched Tom.
Had a hit and roll and a peel in the first. Missing the latter. Ended up taking the 1 point. He was looking for the blank. Now a draw. Last zone of the third. One yellow Swiss counter in the house. Needs to pretty much be on the forfeit to score here. Kyle Waddle, Duncan Mingus working this one really hard. Are we short here?
Short.
It's looking short, way short, not even in the rings. Wow. And Switzerland steals one more. 3-1 for Switzerland. This is going to be really interesting now. And the Swiss boys have looked pretty strong. Scotland just on the wrong inch so far, especially this end. So close to making those peels, but not good enough. This is when Kyle Smith's leadership really needs to come out. Just tell the boys to calm down. And just don't worry. Still 7 ends to go. Just 2 down here. We have the last stone.
Yes, if they can just score 2, I mean, they're all tied up after 4 ends, and it's still going to look very good, so there's no reason getting too upset about this draw. Just need to move on.
There's a battle up in the rafters as well.
Yeah, they are moving on for sure.
Upschwitz and Scotland.
Yeah, I would like to hear some new cheers. We've heard them for a couple of years now. Even though, of course, it's doing a great thing for the teams.
Yeah, another nice draw here by Wheatronket. Finds the top of the 4, and again, Duncan Mingus will put up the corner guard. He's played these shots quite well. You know, some would say it's the easiest shot in curling, but you need to place them in the perfect spot. If you
ever miss this and put it in the ring, it's probably, you know, the worst mistake your team can do.
Yeah, the end is over pretty much. Switzerland plays a hit, and then you're left with either taking lots of risk or just blanking again. Another good corner guard for Menzies. Again, kind of a simple shot to make, but just making them perfect over and over again throughout the game. That's the key for a good lead, and being focused on those easy tasks. Not every player can adapt to the lead position. So used to playing when there's a lot of stones in play. Just looking at an empty sheet, just a little bit different. Chunky here. I thought I was looking for a tight centre guard, but coming in is a good plan B. You don't want to leave a halfway guard here. Don't want to be too far from the rings. And I don't think we're going to see a hit here from Scotland. It's a mature call, knowing that most important thing here is just to get some red stones buried. If you ever hit the yellows here and roll out of the house, Schwaller's just going to put this broom next to the corner guard. That's gone. End is over. So
yeah, exactly. And so early in the end as well, there's no risk yet leaving those yellows around. They're going to be able to move them later and just put something red in there, make Switzerland worry about it. And well, Schwaller is mostly worried about the corner guard, so that's the one that's going to go flying first.
Come on, Meyer. Second for Switzerland, no problems there. It's been solid so far.
Guard's good.
They're going to guard this again. It's not the best shot to guard, but it's just good enough, maybe. So what they're doing here is just putting up the guard, and they know Switzerland's going to take it off again. It's not likely you're going to get a miss, but what you do here is just you run the stones down, just to postpone the move on the yellows. You don't want to play a double here or a tapper already. Leave Switzerland too many chances at a double takeout. So.
And the problem is that top red one is really close to the yellow, so if they want to come down and tap, really big chance that they're going to leave a double.
Yeah.
They would need to roll in order to keep the separation.
Another appeal from Meyer. Looking pretty good. There we go. And Norway. Did you mention what Norway did in the third end?
No, but I'm sure you would love to.
It's not a secret that I'm Norwegian and would like to see the boys push on for a few points. But yes, they have stolen 2 in the third end, now leading the game 4 shots to nothing over Canada. And I must say, from a neutral point of view, to being number 1 through round robin, it would be really tough for them to end up in 4th.
Yeah, those boys deserve a medal, that's for sure. Even though that goes for the Canadian team too, of course, they've performed really well, but...
You just want to give a medal to everyone then.
I do. No, but yeah, it's so tough for Norway losing the 1-2 page and then the semi-final. I do think they're worth the bronze.
Yeah, could have been the first time Norway's ever won the gold on the men's side. But have a chance to pick up our bronze always feels good. As we see Scotland trying to come around the 2 yellows, just coming up a bit shy, rubs off the top 4 yellow. But still 2 reds in the house, so.
Yeah, and I think that's a better call than making a move on the yellows, because you're setting up a double there all day.
Also det spøgelse, der er skudt. Severt der. Der. In a roller. Nin.
So going to hit the top one here. Yannick Schwaller.
If he gets this absolutely perfect, he'll also move on towards the yellow. Comes to a nice spot. Still a red one in there, but it's very locked in with yellows.
Okay.
Nose?
Yeah, I like that. Barrier.
Yep.
Yep. I threw this the first end, it didn't do much.
Always keeping a note of the stones he's been playing, Thomas. It's a good thing to do. Just remember playing down this path in the first end, should know what he does.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Really hard.
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 Gotta go.
Hard.
Come on.
Same place where
Right
Kyle
to
rolled
it.
out to
Right
give
to
up
it.
2, but over curling here and has ended up locking the yellow on the red shot stone.
Just a hair higher.
Yeah.
Just a here on the other side and we're all right.
Yeah, Schwaller can just hit this on the nose, and I believe both the Reds will go.
Whoa! Tip! Whoa! Whoa! Tip! Tip! Whoa!
Ah, really nice. Spills both the Reds. And 6-3. Nice double from Markus Skogvold. Third of Norway 2. Only leaving one stone in the house, and it's red, meaning Norwegian. As they still lead the game 4-0 over Canada, denying any aggressive move the Canadians are making. Thomas Muirhead on our sheet though, looking for this roll in behind the top two yellows. Just can't make it though. Had lots to roll in behind. Well, they're just not quite getting there. There hasn't been a whole lot of teams that's won back-to-back World Junior Championships. Charlie Thomas from Canada obviously did that. 06, 07. John Morris, 98, 99.
Any European teams?
Yeah, I don't think so. David Murdoch was alternate 1 year, and then got the gold as lead for James Drybrough, 96. He was alternate for Tom Brewster a year before, but that doesn't really count, I guess.
No, and look at this shot from Reto Keller. He makes this roll look easy.
What do you think? Half stone.
A bit thicker. Quite a thick car.
So are they lining up the treble here maybe? If you
Yeah,
catch
they
this
are.
thin redirect off the second yellow and then back onto the shot stone. If anything, just clear everything up, but you'd be really happy to blank here.
Yeah, can't really find a way to score two, so just need to damage control basically.
So big shot here for Cal Smith. Make all the yellows fly potentially. Big weight.
Sweepers picked it up right out of his hand.
Got to be close. What's he going to get here? One. Stuffs the other one. No, rolls out.
You gotta have a lot of weight to spill that one as thick they hit it.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Makes it gonna be so much easier for them to score. And,
Yeah, well, he rolls to the top of the house here, so if Switzerland hits this on the nose, they'll be sitting outside the house. If they roll in, it might be lining up a double for Scotland. So it might still be a chance to blank here. Catch that double any thinner. He rolls out Cal Smith and leaves a draw to the open wing for Switzerland. It's a force for sure. Does he get a roll here at Keller? Rolls.
yeah, he does.
In and leaves a really tough double to blank it. If he ever rolled 2 feet further than that, could be a half stone double to roll out and blank, but now leaves a draw. So Switzerland just making their shots pretty much perfect a lot of the times. Scotland again just on the wrong inch of shots too often.
A little bit more.
Amazed this draw. We've seen quite a few skips coming up short against opponent counters this week.
Yeah, we saw Cal Smith do it in the previous end. Just need to find the right focus here. Last one of the fourth. Need 8 foot. And sweepers are looking a lot more happy with this. Seems like a good one.
Yeah, looking pretty good here. And it will be a score of 1 for Scotland, but certainly they're going to be looking a bit more worried coming into the 5th end. They're down by 1 without last stone. Switzerland's done a good job. They've flipped the hammer around and they have a 1 point lead here.
Yeah, it's great result for them so far as Braden Calvert plays his final shot of the 4th end in the bronze medal game. He did it to blank, and it's still Norway with a 4-0 lead over there. So now down by 1. Scotland's going to need to force Switzerland to scoring 1 probably, leave them the hammer back in the 6th end. Once again, depending on some good setup play by Duncan Mingies, starting off with the centre guard.
You're good, you're good. Well done, Kate. Nice shot.
And good first one. Schwaller is pointing to the side of the 12 foot, so they're going to draw out to the wing here. Of course, they wouldn't mind the blank. They would also like to score 2. So this way, just making sure that they keep it open, make Scotland hit the wide one, and make.
Room. Plenty of room.
Scotland ignoring the one to the side. Gonna come round the centre plate. Getting quite aggressive, which is probably what they need to do. And gets good line, sits top 12 foot. If you have any questions or comments, you can use hashtag WJCC2014 if you're on Twitter. We'll see your questions and answer them there. Or just find us on Facebook, the World Junior Curling Championships.
Yeah, if you think we say something that's completely wrong, please correct us. Or if you have a really interesting question, we might be discussing it on the air. Right pass.
But it's a bit deep. Could just be what Scotland needs. They can lock one on there. It's going to take a couple of shots for Switzerland to clear it up.
Key line, boys. Where are we?
Top 4.
There room.
No, all there. All there.
Come down.
Waiting for this one to settle down here.
Looks quite good.
You look like
This is going to be a great one. Won't be shot, but in front of the tee line. Making good use of the mistake by the Swiss.
Yeah, just left that one for too long. Could have been nice to gotten shot stone there. Just means that they potentially could have just been guarding that throughout the end. Maybe stalling with that, but keeping that in mind, there's the yellow on the wing there. Switzerland might come off it, so might actually have to make a move at the end. Anyway, centre guard so far. And we're gonna probably see this a few times. Be really nice for Scotland to steal one here, tie up the game before heading into the halftime break.
Go, 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 go. Room now, room now. Yep. Come on.
Swiss are eyeing up the double. Just making the single peel so far.
One more guard from Scotland. Might see them make a move with Thomas' second stone.
Whoa, just leave it then.
Longer the better.
Yeah, don't want to come too close to the house here. Potentially set up a double, even a treble. At least some way for Switzerland to clear things up here, and this is way too tight. An easy double on the Reds might get some action on the forfeit stone as well.
Yeah, they could even pick all of them clean.
So a good chance to my jammer here though. Either jam the medal red or jam the forfeit stone on the back yellow. But either way, picking off the top reds here, opening up the centre is a good thing for Switzerland. There we go. That's probably the best he could have done there. Amazing shot. Avoids both jam possibilities here. Really nice.
Yeah, that's a beauty. And if the Swiss fans liked Yannick before, they are loving him now. There is a double there. And even just a roll to the button would be absolutely perfect.
You don't like playing a double though when you're down. If you roll out here. And I think he might do it. Just underneath the second yellow. Chance for Switzerland to lie two all of a sudden.
Yeah, now they can come around, make sure that that freeze isn't there anymore if they can get one on the top forefoot.
Easy.
Oh, but change of call. I was just glancing over at the Norway-Canada game. Just playing the hit and roll off the red one. makes a nice roll, but did not take away the freeze, and I guess it's dangerous for Scotland to be freezing against two when they don't have hammer, but it's also a really good opportunity for them if they make this perfect.
I think the Scottish fans needs to recruit some members. They're easily outnumbered by the Swiss here.
Well, we are in Flims, so that might be the reason.
Well, Scotland's always good at bringing a lot of fans over, but they haven't said a whole lot yet. Haven't made as much of noise as I would expect. Kyle Smith here, just picking a different stone. Might have a stone that curls more. Electing to play that instead. All these wee differences on the stones. And I think Duncan Mingus has had to test the rocks and play the game since Cammie's been sick.
Yeah, he's been doing such a great job for the Scottish team.
Still got room. Still got room.
I've seen him at practice anyway.
Looks like this is going to be good if it's...
Just going to sit. Slight tap, will sit for shot, but leaves a bit of room there. As is it possible for Reto Keller to come to the inside here and squeeze the red one out maybe? There is a fully buried.
Altså her. Der hængebringen er jo ikke forbi. Og du drum back og så.
Finesse shot on its way from Reto Keller. Not super important to keep the back yellow, but it is important to move the red at least off the forefoot. Well, sits on top of it. I'm not sure whose shot.
It's a bit of a scary situation here for Scotland though. 2 yells in the house here.
Yeah, and if they do that, they might set up a double score too.
We have a bit of time here, 41 minutes.
Look at that.
First half has just been flying by.
You're just tapping round to here.
Could spend a minute or two to discuss this one. Let's listen in.
Yep, I like this.
Out turn.
Yep.
My double didn't he? You're almost
Use
hitting.
the back.
Eh?
Use through it right back though.
That's what you need. Is that about 2/3, a third?
No, you need way more than that. It's like a half, a thick half.
Wow.
It's a thick half.
So looking for the double here, Kyle Smith. Just discussing with Thomas, he tried a double off here. Was a bit thin.
Yep.
Remember, just slid underneath the second yellow. Let's hope Kyle is closer with this one. Said thick half, looked thinner from our angle, but I think he might be cheating us a little bit.
Whoa. No.
I think half rock's pretty close. Well, does make a double, but just the wrong one.
Yeah, And I don't think it's going to be a very difficult task for Reto Keller to tap the yellow onto the red and score 2.
Ich komme ein bisschen langsam. Okay.
Yep, line shot here. But you need to come to the nose here, maybe. Well, maybe.
Gleiche Länge, ja.
Well, I can see most of it. Just needs to keep his weight down here. Just even back line should be enough. Come to the nose, just tap the red one back 3 feet or so. And you should be able to score 2 and take a demanding 3-point lead after 5 ends. Reto Keller. This could be a big one here. Last stone of the 6th end. Big whoa to begin with here. Hanging out there. Just waiting for this one to catch some curl. Oh, it's fairly close to the guard. I think that's enough. Yes, he's going to score 2. Switzerland in the lead. 6 shots to 3. Sorry, 5 shots to 2. As we head in to the halftime break, both teams will just be able to talk to their coach for a few minutes. Bring the alternate player on. Hopefully, David Ramsey, aka Rambo, will have a few encouraging words, along with Cammy Smith for the Scottish boys. We'll be back in just a few minutes with some highlights from the first 5 ends of this exciting gold medal game. Can I mention that Canada blanked the 4th end against Norway, took a 1 in the 5th, so Norway also with a 3-point lead in their game, as they're also in the halftime break at the moment. Be back in a few minutes, highlights and the rest of the game. So we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from the first 5 ends in this gold medal game. First end, there's a yellow out in the wing. Kyle Smith with his last stone, looking to blank, does not. Hits the nose, takes 1 point with last stone. In the second, Kyle Smith was hitting to lie 2, was going to try and force Switzerland to take their 1. Rolls off, however, leaves a nose hit for Reto Keller. And he makes it look easy. Score of 2, Switzerland in the lead. In the third end, it was Switzerland all the way. When Reto Keller plays his last shot, he's just guarding up a Yellowstone in the house. Can't see enough of it to play the blank. Tries a draw instead for 1. Comes up way short, Kyle Smith. And it's a steal of 1 for Switzerland. They lead the game 3 shots to 1 after 3. And the fourth end, sort of the same story. Couldn't really get things going. Scotland left the draw again. This time a lot better. Sweeper's happy. This comes into the forfeit. And Scotland scores 1. Still trailing Switzerland. And the fifth, Scotland took a few chances. Kyle Smith tried a double off the wing. Couldn't get the second yellow. Leaves a tap back for Reto Keller. And he makes it perfect. Scores to Switzerland with a demanding 5 shots to 2 lead. Demanding? Commanding. There we go. Switzerland in the rings yet again. Corner guards called from Scotland. And again, Duncan has played these shots well.
Yeah, Scotland's really gonna need to work now to generate something good for them. Even if they can just get a 2 on the board, it's still gonna be a close game. They can force 1, score another 2, and keep doing that. You win the game, but the Swiss boys are really putting out their best performance.
Good chunk it, a little heavy with this one. It's going to split the yellows. Might see Scotland freeze to one of these yellows later on.
Square's good.
Great size.
Looking for a second corner guard this time.
Right close to your brush.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Can't believe a double here. 3 guard zone over after this one. And I think there's an angle for a double. Just got to make sure you catch it rather thin and too thick here though. You want to catch the underside of the red and spin the shooter in or through the house.
Yeah, if you catch it too thick, you might even push the red one in or just end up leaving a corner guard yourself.
Oh, very close. That was the right way to miss that shot though. Does the most important thing, however, picks off one of the guards. And now we will see a freeze from Scotland.
Don't mind bumping this to back 4.
Either you dead freeze on the right hand yellow. The perfect spot, you can't remove it, I'll just jam on the yellow on the left. A bump to the back means that even if Switzerland removes the red, you'll be able to freeze onto that Yellowstone behind the corner guard after. So it's all about setting up shots here. And they are going for the bump, I believe. Sweeping for a line, maybe a bit too heavy here. Doesn't want to bump this too far. Really wanted only to bump that one 2 feet. And it's bumped it all the way to the back of the 12. Also makes it harder for, or less likely for Switzerland to jam on that hill.
We'll avoid the jam, keep 3 yellows lying around. Still not impossible for Scotland to get a 2 out of this. They still have the corner guard,
I don't mind this roll, but for a little high.
but they need to make it good.
Like that, aye.
More room, more room. Where are we? Yes. Oh. Oh. Yes. Oh. Yes. Oh. Oh. Off it, off it, off it. Anything.
Well, Sam sailing back.
Yeah, and the more stones they keep around in the back, the more likely they are to get a jam eventually.
Yeah. Or at least something to freeze onto if Switzerland takes off all the guards. So it's a nice thing leaving the stones. Surely if you don't get anything going, you're going to be forced to score, but at this point 3 down, you just can't be heading too many stones. You need to make things as complicated as possible for Switzerland. 3-point lead. Could do the same as Peter de Cruz 4 years ago. Win the gold in the Waldhaus Arena here in Flims. And that's a big boost for Swiss curling. 2 World Juniors champions in 4 years. Keeping in mind the time before that was back in 1992. Stefan Heilmann won in Oberstdorf 22 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Pop this back into here again. It's quite nice, I think. Now we go around this one. Probably bump it, eh? Just back 8, wait.
A good strategy from Scotland, still not removing the yellows.
Technical handle here.
Technical timeout. Now I'm going to take a technical too. Obviously, Ralph Stuckley won the juniors also in '97. Ralph Stuckley, the bronze medalist from the Vancouver Olympics.
And this is that handle not working for Thomas Muirhead. Of course, there are little lights on there that let you know if you've released it before the hog line.
Good for the dead freeze.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
So the umpire's just going to
Dead free.
step out to the hog line and watch it himself, and they'll have a look at it after.
Huh?
Just, we're going.
All right.
So we're
Dead.
freezing.
Dead freeze then.
It could be a distraction here. Just when that happens, tends to kill the flow of the game. It's a little bit harder to keep their focus, and
Top 4.
also you know there's a guy watching the hog line, so makes this shot a lot tougher.
Yeah, it makes quite a nice one though. Just kind of in between the freeze and the tap.
Onderhoud ik hier. Aanwezig gaan we zien met hem. Ja, is goed zo. Zo, pas op.
Yannick Schwaller with an attempt to remove the red.
Well, remove the red, rolls out.
Yeah, they just jumped that one with a brush a bit. Probably just wanting to make sure.
Again, just going to tap this yellow one back. And such a good call here. No need to start playing a double or anything. Just move this back. You leave the shooter pretty much in the same spot you would have left it if you played a double. But if Switzerland then makes a shot, you have these back reds, back yellows to freeze onto. So always leaving yourself options here playing the tap. Need some pretty solid weight control though to only move it 5-6 feet. That's pretty good. There's a slash double, but I might jam onto the yellow. Don't think they're gonna attempt it. Just take one at a time here, the Swiss.
Yeah, as long as they can keep setting 3, it's pretty good for them.
Yeah. You might see Kyle having to play take it on his next one though, if he wants to bring the top red into play. As we see the ice maker and by here just fixing the handle. Well, takes off one of the back hills. That certainly makes things easier for Scotland.
Well, they've still left this in an angle where there's not really a double, so the top red isn't in play yet. And there you see little brother of the 4th player in the Swiss women's team. Also has a little music machine.
It's been the mascots for the Swiss team this week.
Unless you were to freeze that and try to get that. You could play the bump on this, bump it back to here. It's not a terrible shot.
Bumper there,
It's to here.
okay. Back line.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to bring that top red into to a scoring position in the end. Well, they're thinking here if they're thinking about freezing the back yellow here, but you know that's not gonna bring that red one at the top in. So they might just come around and try and tap that 2 feet, trying to lie second and third shot. It will be a run double for Switzerland, but if they don't make it, should be an open hit on the shot stone for 2. This is a tough shot though. You know, you don't get a whole lot of swing when you play the back ring weights here. You need to be pretty tight to the red one to get a good angle.
Close.
Oh, right off.
Yep. High. High.
Can't wreck on it though. Comes off it. Actually all heavy here. Wanted to just move that one 3 feet. Moves it all the way out. But it's a good shot nonetheless.
Yeah, but because that yellow one went all the way through, it means that Reto Keller can follow and push the red one the same way.
Yep, can either do that or could play a double. But I think they're going to just play the easier shot here, try and light 2. Nose hit would be a pretty tough angle for Kyle Smith.
And that's what Yannick Schwaller has been saying every time we spoke to him this week, that they just try and play a simple game, get the easy shot, and then make your opponent play the more difficult one. So Just another one like that. Don't overcomplicate anything.
Yeah, it's easy to be safer. You don't want to wreck on the top stone. If you're safe, you might roll in underneath your yellow. Might leave a double, but this one looks really close to perfect.
Oh, get a bit of a roll though.
But still, that's just at first glance looking like a tough double for 2. No, that's there. Just a wee bit high here on the top yellow. Score 2. If you hit this one too high and roll out, you're jamming it anyway. So this is pretty makeable, but they haven't made all their doubles yet, Scotland. They need to really need this one. Scoring 2 in the 6th here. Tighten the game up. You can't afford to jam this one and give Switzerland another point on the board. Takes his jacket off here.
Important to
Ready
be
to
able
rumble.
to move freely.
Right, we need this one. Not sure about the weight, so it's going to give it.
What's that?
Kind of prefer normal.
Yeah.
It's the fraction high, you'll make it.
Well, I like the fact that he came back down here to change the weight, not to just do it in the hack. Just reset and focus all over again.
Yeah, get the same routine in the hack and everything just coming from the far end of the sheet.
So going to play this one more up weight. Just feels a little more comfortable playing the normal weight instead of the soft one. You've got to make this one big shot here to score 2. Are they going to hold the line, Duncan Mingus and Kyle Waddle? No. Is it good enough for 1 though? I don't think so.
It's a steal of 1 for the Swiss. So close for Kyle Smith.
Wow.
And the Swiss boys are kind of pulling away here, now leading the game 6-2. 4 points ahead of Scotland in the gold final.
So not over though, but what Scotland has to do here, if they score 2 in 7th, force the 1 in 8th, score 2 in 9th, then it's another 1 point down. And they have to take a 2 in 10th to tie the game. No, sorry.
Again, please.
Take 2 in 7th and 9th, that's 4 points, and give away 1 in 8th and 10th.
That doesn't make any sense.
No,
if
it
they
doesn't make
take
sense
4
at all.
points, they can't give away anymore.
They need to take a lot more, sorry.
Yeah, we'd also need to get a good steal in there. Maybe take 2, force 1, take 2, steal 1, steal 1.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I'm glad I have a smart person next to me.
Oh, this is the first time I've actually felt really smart this week. It's nice.
And it's next to me. Well,
it's always nice to feel smart next to a Norwegian.
okay. Right, Norway, Canada, they blanked the 6th end. So, not much happening over there. Norway still in the lead, 4 shots to 1. You'd think Canada needs to be a lot more aggressive. Or maybe Norway's just really good at the defensive game. Well, that was a shame that Kyle Smith couldn't pull that one off and score 2. We always want a close game, and I think we would have gotten a really close game if they were to score 2 there. But now, we're slipping away from the reigning world champions.
Hit. Hit hem kær. Så godt. Acht. Nul linje. Zeker freeze.
Scotland's going to pretty much have to do the exact same thing that they did in the sixth end, the previous end. A bit of a wobble from Duncan Mingus, but
Wait, nice, Kyle.
shouldn't be too bad.
Nice.
It's not going to put up another corner this time, just going to come around.
Weight's good.
Still got room. Back here's good.
This way, Switzerland
Yep.
can't really play a
Tuck
double.
it in, tuck it in. Go, 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 go.
If they play the run double, we're going to leave a guard, so
Kyle, all the way back, all
it's
the
a
way
bit
back.
safer, I think, coming around the guard instead of leaving up to corner guards. So instead of putting up the corner guards while Switzerland peels them off, you can do that for a few times. You just come around, they peel the corner, you put it back on again a few times. It makes all the same.
Yep. And the first one goes there.
You're going to see,
Start this one.
I think we're going to see a few guards, and then maybe Scotland's going to play a slight tap on the top yellow, try and set up a pocket. Might be a double just to lie to also.
Weight's good.
Line's fine.
What's that?
Line's fine. Where? Oh, just clean. That's good, that's good. Point, nice shot.
And they're making these peels, Switzerland, no mistakes. And they look, yeah, they just look even stronger than they have done earlier the week.
Yeah, definitely just growing with the success, and I think the home arena advantage, the crowd is helping them as well.
Yeah. Well, they've been almost making every shot.
Yep. All right. Good. Good shot.
Could be a similar story for Scotland here in Flims like 4 years ago. Lose the final and have the women's team drop far down in the standings. Scottish women not managing to pull off enough wins to be in the playoff contention.
No, but they are a new team, so maybe just expect them to come here and get some experience.
Well, that's what Lauren Gray did 4 years ago. Now she's a world junior champion and Olympic medalist, so it's a good
It's
stage.
not too bad, no.
No. That only in 4 years. So, and also keep in mind, field's been really tight. It's
One more.
any other week, it could be a completely different standings.
One more.
Halfway.
So one more. They were thinking about coming in down and creating a pocket with the yellows, but just going to put up one more corner guard before that happens.
Few stones in play between Norway and Canada in the seventh end. Canadians are lying two
Off it.
behind the centre guard, frozen onto each other. Two red, so on each wing.
And this one comes deep. Might be possible for the Swiss to remove both.
Well, if they only go for the win here, remember that guard is, I guess, nibbling the rings, isn't it? Or are they playing the hit and roll? Don't know.
No, it kind of depends what weight Yannick is going to throw at this. I think they're aiming for the double.
Just put the broom out down centre, throw it really hard, see what happens. Well,
It's not always a bad plan, actually.
there's a few options. There's the run back there. No. We'll catch the inside, rolls to the wing. That's okay. Now we will see this tap to create the pocket.
Just top 4, wait. Try and bump this one alongside that.
And then again, this is a very delicate shot. You need to tap the stop yellow exactly 1 stone. Thomas Muirhead
Clean.
trying to set up a shot for 2 for skipper Kyle Smith.
Yep.
Needs to wiggle this one in there.
Hi, boys.
Find a nice spot.
It's really, really swinging.
That's nice.
Does a very good job.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Might see Switzerland just blast this one out though and try and catch one of their own yellows as well. Or are they just playing the open red?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Actually trying to roll in here to line 3.
You could leave Scotland struggling a bit if they sit 3, but then if Scotland comes to the nose of theirs or maybe pushes it down, could leave 2 that would be difficult for Switzerland to remove. First on it, then off it. Want to roll to center line. Won't, but sitting 3 nonetheless.
Yeah, and what do you do here if you're Scotland? It's so easy to falter. Almost like whatever you do here, you leave a double. And if you don't leave a double, you're just going to leave Switzerland lying. Too many, only 2 stones left here. You need to bring the top red into play, and the 2 last ones.
Try and stick it onto there and then vote from that one. Is that way better? No, really. Can make this better.
Canada is taking a timeout, and that 7th end again, just lying the 2. Rolls in on the top of the 8. No guards now. Just a corner. Trying to set up first steal maybe here, the Canadians, trailing by 3. Scotland could take a timeout here as well. Gotta watch the clock a wee bit.
Did you play this?
24 minutes left. Plenty of time just now, but 2 shots to go here.
I know, but at least you've got a catcher this way. As if you, that's like, this is a lot scarier than you think to get that to go.
call a timeout here. Scottish boys, and we'll see David Ramsey, aka Rambo, come onto the ice.
You could throw like a body.
You roll to there, he might just have that.
Skinny arm, it's a shot.
It's a hat.
You probably got to throw more than that because if you just, because these are deep. This is going here and this is going here. So you probably just to throw body out.
David Ramsey just around the corner. He's represented Scotland at the Worlds twice, European Championships. Also has a bronze medal from the juniors back in '78. We're going to listen in.
Yeah. Spin the red this way. And that's,
Is that lock on that yellow?
if you're really skinny, yeah. Right there.
Do you think you could do that? Then leave that corner checked in there.
There's no guard. What? Just roll to here.
The edge of this yellow and go that way. Yeah. You need to take one of the middle yellows out, I think. So
Yeah.
make sure of that.
Yeah. Yep.
This thing.
If you're really good, you
I
leave it like alongside this one.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You don't want to move this way.
Still no
Just
good there, is it?
barrier, hit and roll here. It's the best we could do, I think.
And not a lot of good options here for the Scottish boys. Have elected to play a hit on the red one and check to the left-hand side here. Maybe just setting up a double either way, and just have to hope for a miss from the Swiss. Because a miss from the Swiss is a bliss for the Scottish boys.
You and your rhymes.
Right, well, Cal's going to need a lot more than poetry to get him through this game. See what he ends up with here, definitely on the red one.
Okay.
Well, I think that's a nose hit blast for Switzerland.
Just need to look so that nothing catches, but I don't think so. They might rip their own yellow as well, but that's definitely not the end of the world.
Oder nur da, aber das ist auch ein bisschen das Risiko. Nur da, das ist auch das Risiko. Ich würde. Mal musst fast. Ja, hier geht immer, sage ich. Aber wenn du ihn vor allem außen hast, geht der immer. Ja. Und wenn du ihn so hast, geht der immer. So hast du? Ja. So schnell der geht schon. Ich würde den spielen. Eine Karte, das ist auch für Garden. Nein, Garden spielt der dort. Das ist so, ja. Nase. Kann ich so? Gehst auf den Center. Oder willst du so?
Nasset would mean a nose hit. Gonna make both of the Reds go.
What was the call, Sarah?
Nose hit?
Nose hit. With some weight, I imagine.
I would imagine so.
It should be able to blast the red ones out. Might
Yeah.
pick off a yellow or two, but I don't think they're going to mind.
No reason to get cute with this. Just bang it, basically.
Reto Keller trying to deny Scotland a score of 2 here to get back in the game in the 7th end. Does he have it? pretty close. There we go. No problems. And Scotland's left with a draw for 1. Looking tough now. But needs to make this draw. Still hope, still a chance. Score a 1 here. You're 3 down with 3 ends to go. And just steal 1 in 4 consecutive ends to win. I think it's happened before. Not sure if it's happened in a final though. For juniors.
No, neither am I, but they're gonna need to make a go at it. This looks good.
On it now, Cal Waddle and Duncan Mingus. Gotta make it there. Gotta get it there. There we are. That's a score of 1 for Scotland. Really wanted to though. Kyle Waddle bringing the team together here, trying to pump the guys up for the last 3 ends. Good to see.
Yeah, but 3-point lead for Switzerland, and they are also having last own advantage in the 8th end. I think if they score here, they're going to feel really confident with getting the gold medal. And Norway picked up 1 in the 5th.
7th?
Yeah.
5th also, but the most recent was at the 7th end.
Yeah, they picked up 1 in the 7th, but they have 5 points. That's what I was looking at, the 5. Leading the game 5-1 over Canada.
And a missed peel from Martin Sasaki. Leaves 2 corner guards up there. And even spilled a few of his reds around the house. So a good setup for Canada to come back here, win maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, and Duncan Mingus has made some really great corner guards. He now needs to find the center line.
And these shots are tough because you want as much separation as possible. So he's going to throw this one first right off the hog line. That's such a cool guard.
That's a great shot.
A foot shorter there, and it's not in play.
Yeah, it looks easy, but it's really not. It's scary to play them that short.
I've seen a lot of leads throw that halfway and then they're stuck. What do you do with your second one? There's no room to put a second one in there without leaving a double.
No, and Switzerland's going to draw to the wing.
Yeah, we chunk it. It's been good as well. And good draw weight, and finds the wing here easily. Good shot. So perfect shot with his first one, Duncan Mingus. Needs to make the second one count as well. Come around this red guard. This time just a lot closer to the house though.
Where?
Very easy to throw this one a bit out there, afraid of catching the guard.
Kyle Waddle now.
Well, you want it on a straight line.
Hard now.
Just 2 feet from the house, perfect.
Hard, come on, it's good. Go, 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 go,
Lands
go.
pretty nice here.
Right in. Hard.
Comes closer.
Hard.
I'd say that's acceptable.
It's very, very nice play by Duncan Mingus. Tiny angle, but really big separation between the two of them. And Switzerland need to be a bit careful now that they're electing to draw around. This one has to be perfect. If it's short, it's just another usable guard. If it's long, it's backing. So tricky shot, this one.
Yeah, it's tough to play these shots as well. And you just know exactly what you're saying. If I'm deep trouble, short trouble, needs to be perfect. Just top 4, nibbling the rings. And he's made it. That's an incredible shot. Perfect setup by both leads in this end. So a freeze from Kyle Waddle here. And then we'll see the Swiss players start peeling off the centre guards. Surely not allowed to peel them at the moment. Free guard zone.
Are we around it?
To simplify, leads can never remove a guard from play.
Well done.
This looks like a really good one from Waddle as well.
That's 5 absolutely perfect shots to start off this end.
And seconds, of course, are allowed to hit wherever they want.
Yeah. Romano Meyer, 18 years old. He's probably just going to take off the top one here. That run back double a bit too long. Takes it off nicely. I don't think he's missed a shot like that in this game.
No, super stable player. And taking off the top one is good. It's
Long's good.
we said before, it's a tough shot to place it just over the hog line. So if Scotland ever comes deeper with this, it could be a double opportunity.
Tom. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Again, this tough long guard. So
Good
easy
man.
to overthrow it. You don't want to hog it.
Sure, boys.
Needs to cross the black line. Have they left it short?
Nice job. It's also really scary to sweep those because you don't want to disappoint the person throwing it by oversweep it, but you really can't leave it either.
No, and sometimes, you know, you think you're in control and you think you're just a foot over the line, and then maybe it just catches a fudgy spot or something, slows down, nothing you can do. So really scary playing those shots. Wow.
Oh,
What's happening here?
stones everywhere.
Oh, that's a good shot. And was that intended though?
I think the double was intended. I'm not sure.
He didn't look too excited about the shot. That was all.
Oh, Schwaller looked a bit excited, I would say.
Okay. Well, he's got less trouble now for his stones.
Definitely. Just left is that red-yellow freeze. And now just the one guard coming down rather than this being double guarded. So can put it halfway now. Don't think Scotland's going to have a chance to double guard anymore. So
Canada is lying 2 before Norway's last shot, so they have a pretty good chance of getting a deuce here, tighten up the score. And the bronze final game on sheet B, just 2 sheets over. As we see another clean pick of the guard from Yannick Schwaller. His dad got the 4th place at the 1988 Junior Worlds, losing out to Olympic silver medalist from Vancouver, Thomas Ulsrud. He's done better than his dad anyway.
yeah, and I expect to see both of these teams just doing really well in men's play as well later on, just like their dads.
Yeah, well, Carl Smith's team's doing quite well in men's play already, not representing Scotland at the Worlds yet, obviously, but had a good run at the Perth Masters, first weekend of January, a big World Curling Tour event. Made the semi-finals, only losing out to fellow WCF commentator Logan Gray, who's probably watching. Beat 3 of the Olympic teams in that run, Kyle Smith, John Schuster of USA, Germany.
Oh, tee up, tee up, tee up! Tee up!
And Nicholas Sedin.
And they did enough to roll all the way out.
Yeah, 7-0 win over Nicholas Sedin at the Perth Masters. Wasn't looking too bright for the Swedes maybe before the Olympics, but they pulled off the bronze medal.
Yeah, they were only warming up. So Scotland's going to guard this one more time, and then I expect them to see, well, expect to see them make a tap of some sort, or maybe a draw. First one for Cal Smith in the 8th end.
Right off.
Kyle. Need it
Whoa,
full
whoa,
score.
whoa.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa there. Yeah, that's
Uh-oh.
good sweep.
Good guard.
Nice draw by Kyle Smith, who studies at the Scottish Agricultural College in Edinburgh. I'm sure a few of his classmates are watching. They were anyway last year. Taking a session off at school to watch and play the final in Sochi. Won that on that occasion. Looking a bit tougher this time.
What's the danger is if you're a little bit high and you leave and just check. It's a disaster. Right on the beak.
Yep. Barrier this side.
Boy, are you better to do that or try and get separation?
There's a few options here.
Do that.
Yep, I think so. Throw the out turn, let it over
Yeah,
curl.
I think I like this call better.
Barrier.
He's playing the hit on the
Yellow
red.
like nose will sweep it through.
Yellow will obviously go, and then you'd roll the shooter far away, just leaving two, and then at least you play the ball over to Reto Keller, and he's going to have. Well, he might play a hit. If he rolls out, you steal. If he draws, comes up short, you steal two.
Try and get the roll.
If you hit this on the beak, you might just leave an easy blast. So hit and roll here for Kyle Smith. This is the exact same spot he rolled out on the other way. Now going the other way actually.
Whoa! Whoa!
Needs to stick the red one. Ended up just being in between shots here at an angle. And you know, that was his first option, and you see how difficult it was to leave those reds on the line. Always going to get that bit of a check, and this is a very easy shot for Reto Keller to just blast these red ones out. Just anywhere high side here. It's going to be a blank.
Oh, final one coming down. They're not touching it, the sweepers.
No, I think it's on it though. There we
Yeah.
go.
Reto Keller makes a great double with this last two blank. This, of course, meaning they have hammer in the 9th end. They lead the game by 3 points, and we have 2 ends to go. Canada scored 2 against Norway, tighten the game up. Norway leads 5-3. Also carries hammer in the 9th end.
So looking for the same set of centre guards here. Duncan Mingus. Not touching it. Comes a bit deeper than in the previous end, but that's still pretty good. Should be enough space behind the red to get some separation with 2 centre guards. Tronke. It's going to draw the wing again. So same start here in this 9th end as we had in the 8th. Sweeping a bit harder this time, the Swiss boys. But whenever you see the sweepers let off it, usually means it's pretty good. Either that or horrendous.
Yeah, pretty good in this case though.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to get lured into the centre guard play here, the Swiss. Now let's see if Duncan Mingus can come around the red. Needs to be pretty close to the house this time to leave some space.
Way only.
Again, two very nice centre guards by Duncan Mingus. Hard to get the perfect line here. Not a whole lot of finish at the end. Didn't pass that top one by too much. And you know, you like to play the top one first. If you play the tight one first, you might just see the Swiss tick it into the house and hit it after. So I at least always prefer playing the high one first.
Yeah, and the Swiss are not going for the tick. If they want to keep it open, they can. They could also have drawn another one out to the wings and ends up somewhere in between.
That's a big mistake from Gashonke. Even lines up the reds even better now and it's left the corner guard. So much better setup now for Scotland with that miss.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of coming around the centre guards in this situation as well. Such a big risk just leaving something useful for your opponent.
You're talking about Switzerland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I do like Scotland coming around it.
Yeah, I was a bit unsure there.
I was feeling so smart earlier and now it's just gone.
Well, feeling smart that he could do basic math. So I couldn't. Sorry about that. It's a lot of numbers being thrown around at a championship.
Definitely, and Kyle Waddle makes a great one. Comes around to the button.
Was it fair to say if Switzerland scores in this end, the game's pretty much over?
Yes, it's fair to say that.
Doesn't get the double. Peels off the window. Yeah, no, Scotland needs to steal at least one here. Two ends to go, 3 points down. You need a steal of two either here or in the next.
They're going to need something special to happen because Swiss definitely haven't allowed any sort of steals.
No, I think that second draw from Gashonke was maybe the first real miss I've seen from Switzerland in a while.
Yeah.
Let it curl. Off it now, off it now. Good.
There's still a lot of separation between these guards. Bit of an angle now though. Probably going to see Meyer go for the double. If you only peel a one, that's okay. The important thing is not to leave a guard up there yourself.
Oh,
and big miss
it
again.
Well, it's a bit of a mess now. Slight mess. Now if you see Scotland can put the long guard up there a few more times, you might come into the rings with maybe even the last one, sit two. And if you sit two in behind cover, then you might just steal two. Obviously that makes sense.
Yeah, you're not going to steal
obvious.
two, not sitting two probably, but...
But no, what I'm saying is there is a chance here to maybe do so.
Yeah, there is. Switzerland's going to need to pull out a double at some point.
Stones on the centre line here. You might see them try to slash again. If he hits the sweet spot here, Yannick Schwaller, he might even hit this top red down onto the red corner guard and the corner guard back onto the shot stone and tick it off the forfeit with a perfect hit. And just looking at how they've been playing today, you'd think you could be close to doing exactly so, but runs it through the hole and leaves a guard.
Oh dear.
It's all kind of falling together here.
It was really hard to drive it through that hole.
Well, this is the end Scotland has been waiting for. Switzerland's been pretty much perfect up till now. But now there's 3 guards in play, 1 red in there.
I quite like that.
Okay.
Where would you put the guard?
Huh?
Where would you put the guard?
You probably got to come in now.
I would come in. Guard of yours.
I like here.
Yep.
They're looking to come in here, and then pretty much just have to hope they don't leave Switzerland a shot to remove them. Just hope they pick off 1 guard, and then you can replace that and start guarding your 2.
Where?
So this is a very key shot for Thomas Muirhead. Needs to make this one. Oh, a bit off and on here, always a good sign.
Off it now. Right off it.
Pretty close to the guard.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, this
Good
one,
line.
well, maybe over curling actually, but that's pretty good. You can't do much better than that actually. So a bit of pressure on Switzerland now.
Yeah, they don't want to give up a steal, but yet if you look at the board, they could give up as much as a steal of 3 and still be looking pretty good to win the game.
Sure,
then
sure.
again, that mental change would be unbelievable. So,
Well, if Scotland can steal 2 here, there's always thinking they can do it again.
and timeout called. Niffenegger on his way.
Oder, weißt du? Wir können dort direkt einfach einen wegnehmen.
Wir können spielen der wieder Karte. Nein, wir können nochmal in
Dann kommt der nochmal hinten dran.
Ich würde den probieren, das können wir schon. So.
Finde ich gut.
Es ist offen, ist auch gut.
Das Ding ist einfach, was ist, wenn er hier bleibt liegen?
Nein, das
Gut,
nicht.
dann haben wir immer noch den. Auf eine Art.
Das ist einfach. Vierten.
Ja, das ist gut. Und wenn er da noch Dings hat.
So. Thanks. Even dünn. Machen wir? Ah, Center. Was Center? Ab. So eine Viertel.
Dass er beide nimmt und noch kleiner rollt, wenn es geht.
Noch eines, da müssen wir schnell erklären. Kann ich schnell. Zeig mir die. Aber die beiden weg. Die beiden weg. Die
Sicher
müssen
mal.
weg.
Und sonst hätten wir dann unseren, die wir
Ja, das
könnten.
primäre Ziel, dass die weggehen.
Das ist so.
Und wenn unser noch so hingern geht, umso besser, ja.
Es spielt keine Rolle. Wir müssen es sogar weglegen.
Einfach weg. Ja, okay. Also die beiden müssen ganz sicher weg, oder?
Und hinten drauflaufen tut er auch nicht.
Es ist kein Unglück, wenn einer auf Stil ist, oder?
Nein.
Aber nicht mehr als einer.
Nein.
Aber den Rest auftun und dann ist das okay. Ja? Also komm, Giel, bringen das hey. Komm. Das ist tipptopp gewesen, tipptopp. Machen wir weiter.
Ja, und falls er den hinten durchläuft, kannst du immer noch den. Das ist auch nicht tragisch.
So judging by the ice here, I'm going to say they're playing a double on the guard, but maybe someone that speaks Swiss can correct me. Just want to get rid of both the reds, avoid leaving their own around. We'll spill it in, but also jam. Not sure if Scotland's sitting 2 or 3. And if they can guard this, just make sure they guard both the hole and a bit of the yellow. Could actually get that steal of 2 that they need so badly.
Halfway, yeah. Still halfway guard. Try and get the line in this one. Don't quite want to touch the
Just
centre
fight
line.
in centre.
He might play the slash yet, so. We're tight of line.
Go.
Tight's no good here. Can't expose that top yellow. Can't leave Switzerland a chance to run that in. And I
Nope.
think they have.
The risk, though, Switzerland runs this. If he doesn't make it, well, I guess he's got 2 shots left, so that's okay. But if this was his last and he wouldn't make it, it would be a steal of 3, but a good chance for them to.
I'm afraid I think Reto Keller is going to be spot on here. When I say afraid, I mean afraid of this might not be the tight game we were hoping for.
No.
Could do Scotland on a disservice here. Just run this one back, even stick double. Should be close. There we go, it does exactly that. Wow. Run double and sticks the yellow in behind the guard. That's a perfect shot from Reto Keller. Under pressure here. Kyle Smith missed that guard. That was crucial.
Yeah, he got punished big time for it too. It's going to be hard to steal now, hard to get a shot done in there that Switzerland can't remove.
What a game by the Swiss boys. Bit of a sloppy end here, but how good to know you have a skip to rely on. Sorry, 4th player.
Yeah. Such a shot maker.
Yeah, got Switzerland out of trouble against Norway in the semi-final too. Reto Keller.
Where?
Now we're just going to go.
You need to fight the back and forth. Jump! High!
Last yellow. Really nice. Actually rubs off the yellow. Just a bit of a missed line call there. Just taking the chance there to make it perfect. Rubs ever so slightly. Just a hair.
And it's not visible by much, but the guard is pretty high.
Fine. Still though, if you give up still 1 here, you're 2 up with hammer. But Reto Keller's made everything.
Yeah, he really has. And he doesn't need to worry about sticking around either. If he can just remove the red, they'll be scoring 1.
Yeah, and that's pretty much game over. 4-point lead it can be for Switzerland here. Reto Keller, last stone of the 9th end. Could very easily kill the game here. It's made everything look so easy up till now. Needs a curl. It's hanging out there. Is it going to catch enough of the red? Will it catch anything? No. And it's a steal 1 for Scotland. Not what they were hoping for, but it makes this game a tiny bit more interesting. And what you know, Sarah, what's happened at the bronze game?
Oh, we've been so in this final that we missed. Canada picked up a steal of 2 against Norway. They scored 2 in the 8th end, stole 2 in the 9th end, and it's now a tied game coming home in the 10th.
It's deja vu for Norway. Same thing happened in the round robin when Braden Calvert made that amazing angled run double to score 2. Then they end up stealing 2 very next end when Eirik Mjøen, skipper of Norway, came short with a draw. Not sure what happened here though, but it's the same story just later in the game.
And now I don't know where to focus my eyes anymore. There's just too much excitement everywhere.
Well, I can tell you that Canada has a centre guard up. Norway missed a tick shot. Second guard coming down here, looking a bit heavy for the Canadians, wanting this one to settle down to get as much separation as possible, just like Duncan Mingus is going to try and do in our sheet.
He's just doing a great job, this guy.
Yes, you can't fault him for not trying. He's made pretty much every shot in the game. He's been a great sub-in for Cammy Smith, who's been feeling under the weather and hasn't played a game at the championship this year, as far as I know. And the tech shot now from Vichonk makes it. Wow.
And yep, this guy has been really solid too.
I just had that one miss and the last end where he came up a bit short, but other from that he's been more or less perfect. Now that's a great tech shot. Look how open the house is now. Nowhere to hide. And Scotland's going to have to put up another centre guard. This time doesn't really matter. Although it doesn't have to be too high or too tight, maybe just halfway with this one.
Well, you can still leave a high one. Hope that Switzerland can't make the tick, and then they can get a close one as well.
That is true.
So now coming the other way. Sorry.
Yeah, Norway made their second tech shot pretty nicely. Canada comes around, just nibbling the 8 foot. Let's try to keep you posted on that game as well. Vichonk, second tech shot attempt, makes this one. Well, he's actually he's a bit lucky there, because that one was going out, but stops on his own yellow. Wow. Well, does leave the shooter around though, pretty close to the centre line.
Just longer than halfway, Kyle.
Scotland's going to come around the yellow. Still looking for 2 centre guards, and then closer to Kyle Smith Stones. He might come around, maybe even with his first one.
Yeah, we have the exact same situation as we did in the women's final, where Korea needed a steal of 2. They didn't manage, but Scotland's definitely going to give it a good try. They had a really good setup in the previous end. Could maybe pull it off again.
Norway still playing the centre guard, not much has happened. But somehow they've moved the shot stone for Canada, and here they ended up tripling away. Actually, all the guards, were a few corner guards in play, and now it's very open over that sheet. Canada has a stone just off the centre line, top 12, as they now calling the guard. This is a long guard from Calwaddle.
Yes, that would be true. Meyer made a nice peel, even got rid of the corner guard.
Whoa, whoa.
That's very nice. No double on here for Switzerland. I'm just going to take off the top one again. But again, he needs a steal of 2. They're going to have to get a miss here, even before Reto Keller's last shot. Well, they might just have to split the top one in, and yeah, not looking too easy for us Scottish boys.
No, looking very difficult. It's just not been their game so far, and Switzerland's been all over everything, just making it perfect.
Canada has, I think, slipped too far with the guard into the top, the 12, leaving a double for Norway to clear everything up. So not a nice, not a good setup anyway for the Canadians to steal in the 10th. Remember, 5-5 over there. That's a good draw by Thomas Muirhead.
Yeah, really good. And I don't think Switzerland need to worry too much about trying making a double. You're just risking jamming it and leaving a guard. Just as long as they can keep peeling one out, they're going to have a really open shot where they're last to win the game.
Tipp! Tipp! Oh, Achtung! Oh, Tipp! Oh, good.
And the first one from Yannick Schwaller goes there.
There you go, guard.
Yeah, looking to come around the wide red. But yeah, exactly. Just need a miss.
Yeah, come around the wide red. Switzerland takes off the
Fight's quite good.
short stone, and then you come around the wide red again to at least sit 2.
Switch it now. How's it going? Yep. Hard, boys. Hard. Go,
Hard.
go, 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 go. Hard.
Go, come on.
Come on, it's good. Hard.
Keep it going.
Nice.
Bit of development on Norway Canada. I think Norway made that double on the 2 Canadian yellows at the top of the 12 and slid through the hole, lying right on the button. And Canada put up a long centre guard. We're down to Norway's second stone of the 3rd. Markus Skogvold, my skip for Norway. Probably going to peel off the centre guard. Has taken a technical timeout though. A bit of a handle issue. As we see Yannick Schwaller coming down with a peel. Again, no problems. Gotta be a little bit careful though. Should actually roll and tap that red on the wing into the house if you're really unlucky. So 2 stones to go for Kyle Smith. He's going to guard it again. And then Switzerland going to take it off, and then you just put it in the house. Hope for a big miss from Reto Keller. 2 minutes left on the clock. Not a whole lot of time, but I think the task at hand is pretty simple.
Yeah, time isn't your biggest worry for sure. This is looking a bit long.
Oh yeah, it can't be long here. It will slip into the house actually. And if they want to take it on here, Reto Keller can actually play the double.
Yeah, win the game right here.
Norway takes off the long centre guard. Seems like Canada is only left with a freeze on the Norway's shot stone. Remember, there's nothing out in front, only that one red on the 1 foot. So looking tough for the Canadians. Braden Calvert has to make a good one. And Reto Keller can make a good one here. Played a double. You're a world champion.
Off it now.
It's going to curl too much.
Yeah, we'll only have 1, but remember, he's got 1 shot left.
Yeah. Where do you put this one though?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to leave them a wide open hit wherever you put it. So
just gonna, I think, play the freeze on their own stone here actually. If he does glue it perfectly on, it means if
Same place,
top 12 now called by Thomas Muirhead.
Oh, just about.
See where this ends up.
Yep. Yep, yep.
It will be a perfect freeze, but remember, Switzerland only needs to remove one to win the game. He's out of the hack. It's to get the gold.
Green lights coming down, keeping it clean. I think Switzerland's going to be world champion again in the Waldhaus Arena. And denies Scotland and Kyle Smith a chance to be back-to-back world champions. They played amazing. They made almost every shot.
Yeah, that team, they've just had such a great journey through the playoffs. They've just been getting better and better. And Schwaller said yesterday, you know what, we really want this. And it showed. You could just tell.
And the Scottish boys, they played well, but there was just no way getting back into the game. That was only that ninth end where Switzerland slipped up a little bit, but Kyle couldn't guard it. Beto Clare made a really nice run double to kill that end off as well. It's just been amazing shot making back to back, and surely that puts a smile on the Swiss women's team as they couldn't contend for medals this year. They're champions again, Switzerland, in the Waldhaus Arena here in Flims, just like Peter de Cruz and his team 4 years ago. And they beat Scotland yet again, just like Annie Fraser lost 4 years ago. And as the crowd settles down after celebrating their home favourites, Schwaller and the rest of the Swiss guys, there's still one more game going on out there. It's the 10th end between Norway and Canada. It's all tied up at 5 each. Norway has the last stone. They've taken a timeout here. Canada lying shot completely in the open. If you stick around, we might just see it. Here we go. We've just got to angle our camera onto sheet B. The guys are just behind the hack here on the left-hand side talking to the coach. Steinmellem said their time is over. I am not sure if there's a whole lot to think about here. Just take off the yellow one. You might leave a freeze for Braden Calvert onto the back red. Only 3 shots left here. 2 for Norway, 1 for Canada. And if you stick around, we're going to have some interviews with, I think, both skips of the gold medal game. And also highlights from a very exciting final here in the Waldhaus Arena. First of skip stones for Norway coming down here, making its way, crossing the hog line there. Makes the hit, but will leave a freeze for Canada if they can lock one in there. Might be able to win the bronze after all. Norway had a commanding lead, 5 shots to 1 after 7 ends. Then Canada bounced back with a score of 2 in the 8th end, and then stole 2 in the 9th to tie it all up before this 10th end. Switzerland wins the gold medal, beating Kyle Smith, champions from last year. So the Scottish boys gets the silver. And this is the very last game, the very last 2 stones of the World Junior Curling Championships for 2014 edition. Needs to get one in there. Lock it on, Braden Calvert. He made life miserable for the Norwegians in the round robin. They were well behind and came back with a score of 2 and steal of 2. He made an amazing run double to score that 2 in that game here. It's a bit of a different shot, but we still make it hard for Norway to catch their medal here. Needs to lock it on halfway down the sheet. Sweeper's looking fairly happy, just off and on it. Cleaning it now, going on it. Line looking pretty good, needs to be all the way down here, needs shot stone for sure. Have they left it short though? Is it not there? It's not there. And Norway wins the bronze medal. And deservedly so. They were first ranked through round robin play, alone on top with 7 wins, 2 losses. But they lost the 1-2 page, they lost the semi-final. But now at least they get the bronze, and that's going to taste so good for them. Eirik Mjøen, skipper of Norway, his last year of juniors. And it's a nice way to finish, while the rest of the boys will have at least one more year to come back and try again. For the Canadians, though, also quite young, they'll have another go. But we know how tough it is to qualify out of Canada, and very often you only get that one chance. So it's got to be tough to end up in 4th. So let's have a few words though with Kyle Smith, skipper of the losing team Scotland.
Coming home with a silver, what was missing today?
We didn't play our best by any means. The Swiss played very well. Just a few shots here and there we were the wrong side of, or heavy when we could be light. Just silly mistakes.
Still, you now have medalled at 3 World Junior Championships. What's that going to mean when you move on to men's play?
Time will tell. I don't know. It's lovely to have medalled all 3, but disappointed today.
Well, of course. Well, good luck to you in the future.
Thanks very much.
Should have the interview with the winning skip Yannick Schwaller also. Maybe a broader smile on that guy.
If I say world champion, what goes through your mind?
Oh man, that's crazy. I can't say what this mean for us. It's I have words for that. I don't have words for that. Yeah.
How did you feel playing that final game?
We played really defensive. It's a long game, 10 ends, and we are all concentration for that. And now we are world champion.
How are the good celebrations going to be tonight?
It was a great match from us. We had a really 90%, our coach said, in the half-time break. Yeah.
Big party now?
Yeah, of course.
And you've also managed to beat your dad. He played the World Juniors, he finished 4th.
Yeah.
Where did you finish?
I beat him.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's it really for the World Junior Curling Championships. We're going to take a look at the highlights though from the gold medal game between Scotland and Switzerland. And here we go, first end. It was a blank attempt from Kyle Smith. He had the last stone advantage. Couldn't use that though here. Nose hit, and they end up scoring 1. Switzerland happy to get the last stone advantage in the second end, and when Kyle Smith rolls out on a hit to sit 2, Beto Keller makes good use of the hammer. Scores 2, up in the lead, 2-1 over Scotland. Switzerland does a good job of forcing Scotland here to draw the forfeit for 1. Kyle Smith looking to tie the game up with last stone in the third end, but comes up way short. Switzerland takes another point now, leading 3-1. It's kind of the same story in the fourth end. Reto Keller made a nice hit to lie to. Kyle Smith again forced to play the draw. This time has a bit more room. Doesn't need it though. Comes down to the forefoot and scores one. But Switzerland in the lead after 4. In the fifth end, there was a missed double by Kyle Smith trying to lie to. Leaves a tap back for Reto Keller here on the last stone before the halftime break. Makes it perfect, scores 2. A commanding lead, 5 shots to 2 for Switzerland. In the sixth end, Scotland did well to have a chance to score 2. Kyle Smith just off-nose double here to score 2 and get back in the game, but just curls a fraction too much. Only feathers the back one, not enough to even score. Steal a win for Switzerland, 6-2. In the seventh, a bundle of yellows, again forced to draw a forfeit for one, Kyle Smith. A mess here, and the game is up. But with some good sweeping from Waddle and Mingus, gets it there. Score of 1, still hope. Eighth end is blanked, but in the ninth, it's Reto Keller with a chance to kill off the game with a score. But one of few misses from the Swiss in this game comes by. A steal, 1 for Scotland, but still 2 down coming into the last end. In the 10th, Scotland lying 2, but it's fully in the open. Reto Keller just needs to spill one, throws a hard one down the line. Sweeper holds it clean and gets rid of the red. Switzerland world champions. Well, that's it for the World Junior Curling Championships now, 2014 edition. We're already looking forward to next year. It's been a great event here in the Waldhaus Arena, Flims, Switzerland, and just to mention, Switzerland with the gold medal, Scotland the silver, Norway beat Canada in the bronze final to pick up that medal. It's been great. I want to thank the City of Flims and the World Curling Federation for this nice broadcast, and obviously everyone working on it. Thank you very much. We see you again next year.